Hello, and welcome to another book haul. Today I've got 9 books for you, and let's just jump right in and see what they are. Obviously, you can see the first one here already, which is The Dead Guy Next Door by Lucy Score. A nice normal life. Is that too much to ask? For Riley Thorne, it is. Divorced, broke, living with a pack of elderly roommates. And those hallucinations Riley's diligently ignoring, her mom is convinced Riley must be a clairvoyant. Just when things seem like they can't get worse, a so hot he should be illegal private investigator shows up on her doorstep looking for the guy next door, who turns up murdered. Investigator Nick Santiago doesn't play well with others. He's a rebel, a black sheep, a man who prefers a bullet of options to being stuck with the same entree every night, if you catch his drift. But when the pretty, possibly psychic Riley lands at the top of the suspect list for this murder, Nick immediately volunteers to find out who done it. He likes solving mysteries. It has nothing to do with wanting to flex his heroic muscles for Riley. At least that's what he's trying to convince himself. Nick and Riley must join forces to find out who really pulled the trigger, all while keeping a by-the-book, grudge-holding detective at bay and dealing with the gorgeous stranger claiming he arrived to help Riley hone her psychic gifts, all before the killer decides to turn his sights on Riley. Seems like it's gonna be kind of a bubblegum style mystery romance. So that's book one. Book two is Graveyard Shift by M.L. Rio, and it's a novella. It's very small. It's got pictured chapter heads. Five night shift workers, an ancient cemetery, an open grave. Every night in the college's ancient cemetery, 5 people cross paths as they work the late shift. A bartender, a rideshare driver, a hotel receptionist, the unofficial steward of the derelict church that looms over them, and the editor-in-chief of the college paper, always in search of a story. One dark October evening, in the defunct churchyard, they find a hole that wasn't there before, a fresh, open grave where no grave should be, but who dug it, and for whom? Atmospheric and airy, with the ensemble cast her fans love and a delightfully familiar academic backdrop, Graveyard Shift is a modern gothic tale in If We Were Villains author M.L. Rio's inimitable style. Let's see what book 3 is. Book 3 is Everything We Never Said by Sloane Harlow. And I didn't really want this book I was looking for one more book to add to my order to get free shipping, and that's all I really remember about this book. So let's see what it's actually about, because I don't remember. What you don't know can hurt you. It's been months since the accident that killed Ella's best friend, Haley, and Ella can't stop blaming herself. Now Ella is back at school, and everywhere she looks are reminders of her best friend, including Sawyer, Haley's boyfriend. Little by little, they grow closer until Ella realizes something horrifying. She's in love with her dead best friend's boyfriend. Racked with guilt, Ella turns to Haley's journal, hoping she'll find something in the pages that will make her feel better about what's happening. Instead, she discovers that Sawyer has secrets of his own, and that his relationship with Haley wasn't as picture-perfect as it seemed. Ella knows she should stay away, but finds herself inextricably drawn to him, and scared of everything she never knew about him. Perhaps it's his grief, or maybe his desires cut short by tragedy. Or could it be something twisted only Haley knew about? So I can see an interest. It might turn out to be good. We'll just have to wait and see. It's definitely a hard teen novel. It is a teen publication, Penguin Teen. So we'll see about this one eventually when the review comes out, but that's book 3. Book 4 is Witches Get Stuff Done. She's got the magic touch, by Molly Harper. Even witches can fall under love's spell. From the moment Riley Everett set foot in Starfall Point, magic bubbled inside of her. But with only her late aunt's journals and a cantankerous live-in ghost butler to instruct her on all things witchy, including her newly inherited Victorian haunted house, Riley seeks out a coven for sisterhood and support. The last person she expects to be drawn to is the town's frustrating, yet ridiculously attractive head librarian. Edson Held knows almost everything there is to know about Starfall Point, but Shadow House was always off limits, thanks to its elusive owner. If he can convince the new owner, Riley, to let him take a peek inside, there's so much he could learn. But as he gets closer to Riley, he's fascinated by her dazzling wit and fiery spirit. Edison will do whatever he can to help Riley keep her family legacy alive, especially if it means spending more time with a captivating new witch in town. So this one is significantly more overall lighthearted theme than a lot of the books that I've been reading lately, and a lot of the books that I've purchased this year, so it'll be a nice change up, I think, kind of along the lines of the first one, which was Dead Guy Next Door. But ultimately we'll have to wait and see what the quality of the writing and story is like, but that one's in my future as well. So let's see what book 5 is. This one probably is not a surprise to you if you've watched my book review of the first book in this series, which is the Thursday Murder Club, that I had purchased the follow-up book. So it is sitting here waiting for me to read it. I haven't gotten around to it yet, but it's on the list. So let's see. The Thursday Murder Club are still riding high off their recent real-life murder case and are looking forward to a bit of peace and quiet at Cooper's Chase, their posh retirement village. But they are out of luck. An unexpected visitor arrives, desperate for their help. He has been accused of stealing diamonds worth millions, and he's seriously on the lam. Then a body is discovered, and Elizabeth, Joyce, Ron, and Ibrahim soon find themselves up against a ruthless murderer who wouldn't bat an eyelid at knocking off 4 septuagenarians. Can our unlikely friends catch the killer before the killer catches them? Richard Osman is back with everyone's favorite mystery-solving quartet in an unputdownable, laugh-out-loud pleasure of a read. And that last line was exactly my experience with the first book, so I am greatly looking forward to see if the rest of the series will hold up to my experience of the first book. So that's book 5. Let's see the next one. Kind of follows the theme of the last book, but book 6 was, or is, Killers of a Certain Age by Deanna Rayborn. Oh no, I'm not sure what's going on with this. This is a lesson in why you should inspect thoroughly all books you buy online, because this book had the first page glued to the book jacket, and there's something weird going on here. But you know, I bought this now a couple of months ago, so it's just been sitting on my shelf like this, so there's nothing to do about it at this point, but lesson learned for all you folks watching. That's what the back looks like. Billy, Mary Alice, Helen, and Natalie have worked for the museum, an elite network of assassins, for 40 years. Now their talents are considered old school, and no one appreciates what they have to offer in an age that relies more on technology than people skills. When the foursome is sent on an all-expenses-paid vacation to mark their retirement, they are targeted by one of their own. Only the board, the top-level members of the museum, can order the termination of field agents, and the women realize they've been marked for death. Now, to get out alive, they have to turn against their own organization, relying on experience and one another to get the job done. Knowing that working together is the secret to their survival, they're about to teach the board what it really means to be a woman and a killer of a certain age. So this one is intriguing. I don't know if anyone out there watching this has ever seen the Red videos that have like Bruce Willis and Helen Mirren, I think, in them. But this is very kind of, that's what I thought of when I read the description for this book, and I was like, oh, that actually sounds interesting. And I had just come off reading the first Thursday Murder Club, and yeah, I was just intrigued by the premise, so that's another one on the list to read. Let's see what the next one is. Hard subject matter departure. Book 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 is Such Sharp Teeth by Rachel Harrison. Rory Morris isn't thrilled to be moving back to her hometown, even if it's only temporary. There are bad memories there, but her twin sister, Scarlett, is pregnant, estranged from the baby's father, and needs support. So Rory returns to the place she thought she'd put in her rear view. After a night out at a bar, where she runs into Ian, an old almost flame, she hits a large animal with her car, and when she gets out to investigate, she's attacked. Rory survives, miraculously, but life begins to look and feel different. She's unnaturally strong, with an aversion to silver, and suddenly the moon has her in its thrall. She's changing into someone else, something else, maybe even a monster. But does that mean she's putting those close to her in danger? Or is embracing the wildness inside her the key to acceptance? Next up, we have Here in the Dark by Alexis Solowski. Vivian Perry likes the dark. A former actress, she now works as a junior theater critic at a major Manhattan magazine. Her nights are spent beyond the lights, in a reserved seat, giving herself over to the shows she loves. By day, she savages those same shows with words sharper than a knife. Angling for a promotion, she reluctantly agrees to an interview on her style and methods, a conversation that reveals secrets she had long buried. Then her interviewer disappears, and Vivian learns from his devastated fiancé that she was the last person to have seen him alive. When the police refuse to investigate, Vivian does what she promised herself she would never do again. She plays a part. Assuming the role of amateur detective, she turns her critical gaze toward an unsanitary private eye, a flimsy internet startup, a threatening financier, fake blood, and one very real corpse. As she nears the final act, she finds that the boundaries between theater and the real world are more tenuous and more dangerous than she could have believed. Last one. The last book for this book haul is The Family Game by Catherine Stedman. A rich, eccentric family, a time-honored tradition, a lethal game of survival. One woman is about to find out if she has what it takes to join her husband's family in this riveting must-read thriller. The rules. 1. Listen carefully. 2. Do your research. 3. Trust no one. 4. Run for your life. Harriet Reed, a novelist on the brink of literary stardom, is newly engaged to Edward Holbeck, the heir of a powerful family. And although Edward has long tried to sever ties with them, news of the couple's imminent marital bliss has the Holbecks inching back into their lives. As Harriet is drawn into their lavish world, the family seems perfectly welcoming. So when Edward's father, Robert, hands Harriet a tape of a book he's been working on, she's eager to listen. But as she presses play, it's clear that this isn't just a novel. It's a confession. A confession to a grisly crime, a murder, and suddenly the game is in motion. Feeling isolated and confused, Harriet must work out if this is part of a plan to test her loyalty or something far darker. What is it that Robert sees in her? Why give her the power to destroy everything? This might be a game to the Holbeck family, but for Harriet, losing might prove deadly. And with that, that is all the books that I have for you today. I hope you were able to find maybe some inspiration for a future. I hope you were able to find some inspiration for maybe a future read amongst them. If not, then I hope you just enjoyed the video. So thanks for joining me here for this one, guys, and I will see you in whatever comes next.